Hello. Oh, is YouTube not connected? Of course it's not. Okay, I should be reconnected now. Good morning. Yeah. Okay, switch to headphones. There we go. Interesting. You can't really see the broken window isn't loaded. I guess this is like a low poly model for when viewing far away, so it doesn't have the full geometry. That, I feel, for this particular instance, I feel like that was a design mistake. Specifically because this is like a notice this thing kind of puzzle. I feel like they should have had, like, the break in the window be more obvious. Okay. Now, unfortunately, this thing does only have 24 durability left. So I'm going to be going to go get more. Because I do not want to get trapped in the painted world with a broken weapon. Because I don't know if there's anything in the painted world that I care about. Oh, there's the 2 pyromancies. I do care about that. There's acid surge and fire surge. I would like to get the Lord Vessel, so I have the ability to warp. But Ornstein and Smo is going to be... That's going to be a later problem. I think one of those axes actually, like, clipped on the cage slightly, which was interesting. Oh, this is always funny. What? What? No! You're supposed to teleport away! Okay, well that was funny for an entirely different reason. That was hubris. That was 100% hubris right there. Good morning exists. Okay, let's try this a different way. Let's actually walk far into the building. Aww. They don't want to play. What I was trying to get to happen is, if they, like, enter this building, it's like a different map area or something, so then they get teleported back to their spawn point. Oh wait, no, why am I caring about power within? I have the fucking dragon head stone. The much more important ring is this. Ooh, okay. Drop on the ground.
Well, I see you made it out. Yeah, I have my part. Oh yeah, I think you have a name. I'll be pleased. And yeah, well, I'm sure that there'll be of some. Why, let's get. Pyromancy is produce flame, then a pyromancy. My home, you will understand.
Huh?
Goodbye then. No, you. Oh, well, oh, please, as always.
Okay.
Goodbye then. Don't you dare.
I was informed that if you do not currently have a flame in your inventory, he will give you a second one. Now, let's hopefully get lucky and just get a couple extra ghost blades to drop. Let's actually see how I fare against these. Because if I can get more of them into my loop, the better. Okay, at a glance it looks good. I don't think I want to deal with, the group of ghosts in that room. so going too far in isn't super viable. But I can add 3 more. Like 5 more to the loop, so. Again, I guess that's over doubling the efficiency in terms of number killed. Although, in terms of time per kill, I have not calculated that. Yeah, 260 damage on a full volley is pretty nice. And it's pretty decent spread damage. Oh, actually, it stopped dealing damage after that guy died. Or maybe he's just more resistant to fire than the ghosts. But assuming it stops dealing damage after they die, that just means the ghosts have 200 whatever health. The fire does take a bit of a wind-up time to come out. That's good to know. Okay, nice. I kinda wish that the Jagged Ghost Blades, had the yellow shiny, and then the Transient Curses just had the normal white shiny. It would make it easier to be able to tell the difference. Okay. 2 extra blades, that'll be good for now. Yo, and the majority of my damage is fire damage, so I don't really have to worry about the toxic spores from the engorged husks. That's nice. Okay, what do I want? Actually, grabbing those divine elixirs might be nice if divine elixirs can cure the curse. Two and a half jagged ghost blades is gonna last me a decent while, especially since I'm using the dragon headstone as well. So I think I'll grab the divine elixir in the painted building, and we can test that. I mean, unless somebody just knows and can say. That would save a resource. The silver archers are going to be incredibly annoying. Actually, I should double check my drive size. 276 gigabytes for that. That's good for now. Although I will have to start deleting shit at some point. What the f- what? How the fuck did I not parry that? That's some bullshit. There was the clink sound and everything. It hit my shield. I was hoping that I would have a purging stone. Okay, I don't care about these. I will keep the Eyes of Death because they technically have a use in the form of the Great Lord Great Sword Dance. I don't think rubbish has any use. Copper coin. Oh, I bet Koth sells you the cracked red eye orbs so that you can give them to other players. To spread the influence and be like, yes, this is the kind of thing you can expect if you join us and fuck with everybody. Mess with them all so that nobody has fun. Yes. Nobody will be safe. Every world shall be conquered. Okay. Thank you for not being stupid. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Yeah, that's not surprising. Oh, you're still alive. I guess you got a partial Estus off. Okay, I wanted to teleport back the person behind me, but this guy might just kill me. Very interesting. They don't have a sound effect on the chandelier hitting the ground. Or maybe they do and it just, the audio got broken. Damn, throwing daggers have some insane range. Okay, now first things first, before I go and try and grab any items, get this into position for the shortcut. Oh no. Fuck. Oh no, wait, no, this is fine. Because fucking everywhere except for that starting platform has a lever. Yeah, I realized a little too late that that entire thing counts as unstable ground, or unsafe ground, rather.
Halt! This is the tomb of the great Lord Gwyn. Tarnished it shall not be by the feet of men. If thou art a true disciple of the Dark Sun, cast aside thine ire. Hear the voice of mine self, Gwyndolin, and kneel before me. What foolishness! Why trespasseth upon the great Lord's tomb, whilst thou art a disciple of the Dark Sun? Mark the words of mine self, Gwyndolin. Thou shalt not go unpunished.
Yeah, the homing orbs is really the only troubling attack. Everything else is pretty simple. Oh, that's gonna be super fucking annoying. Okay, so it's definitely gonna be like power within shenanigans. Or maybe Dragon Headstone. Dragon Headstone ain't bad. The arrows don't kill you in one hit. Interesting. The magic orbs do, and I don't know how to consistently dodge them. I guess I could maybe go for a red tear stone and just like, so that if I end up getting hit by one of the stray arrows, ooh, actually, activating the Dragon Stone here at the start of the fight, rather than pouring into her, would be better. Because that first teleport is guaranteed, and there's not really anything you can do about it. Although it would be tricky trying to intentionally get hit by one arrow. It's also possible that getting hit by one arrow just isn't enough to bring you down into red tear stone range. Fuck. Yeah, this is a very bad boss fight. I would argue this is, like, not on the level of Bed of Chaos, but similar to Bed of Chaos. In the sense that it's not even really a fight, it's more a puzzle. Because this is effectively just running through a hall, dodging random hitboxes, and then pressing a button every cycle. Yo. Okay, so one arrow is enough to bring me into Ruby range. Ooh, nice. Oh, and the lava. You love to see it. Damn. Four great Chaos Fireballs might have been enough to kill. Nice try. Fuck. Oh my goodness. Can you please do the fucking arrow attack? Oh, fuck. I was not expecting them to swerve that hard. Good morning, Yami. Okay. Item break counter at? I believe it's still only at 2. Well, technically 0 items have been broken. Technically 0 items have been broken, but 2 items have gone critical. Wouldn't it be easier to dodge the laser if you just walk away from the wall? I mean, yeah, probably. But I mean, the laser isn't that big of an issue in general. Like, really the homing attack is the only thing that's a genuine issue. But I believe I've mostly sorted that by just hiding behind the pillars. Okay, good. Get Ruby Tearstone active. And get Death active. Nice. Damn, okay, so that just has infinite range. Effectively. Chip damage too high. Probably. I mean, I could swap to a 100 physical shield for the arrows. But I would assume I think the magic orbs without shield kill me in one hit. But if I get hit by exactly one arrow, it brings me down into Ruby Tearstone range. Fuck. There we go. That's what I want. Too bad bows have limited range. Cheesing this across the entire hallway would be kind of funny. No, you can actually do that. If you grab the Hawk Ring, you can use the Black Bow of Ferris or the Dragon Slayer Great Bow to actually shoot them from outside their aggro range. So I could 100% cheese this using the Dragon Slayer Great Bow. It would just be very, very tedious to grind up all of the arrows off of Silver Knights. Like, I can get the Black Bow of Ferris, but the only arrow you have a renewable supply of is the Dragon Slayer arrows. Although I suppose maybe with Ruby Tearstone, it wouldn't, like, take an insane number of great arrows to take them out. I mean, even ignoring just challenge run go Burt, I'm surprised that there isn't a way to farm arrows just in general. Like, I would have thought that every enemy that uses a bow would have a chance to drop arrows. Like, that would make the most sense to me. Like, just fucking 1 to 5, maybe. I think it's balancing. Make them drop wooden arrows. Wooden arrows are free. They cost 3 soul at a shop. That's nothing. in terms of normal gameplay. So I don't see how it could possibly be balancing. Really? Why is it that... Okay, I guess maybe enemy damage also has a range. You can carry as many arrows as you want, but it's a limited resource. No. No. Arrows are limited to 999 per arrow type. And it's not a limited resource. You can purchase as many as you want. I'm just saying that, like, at the very least, they could have made them drop wooden arrows, because wooden arrows are already basically free. So, like, I don't think having random hollows occasionally dropping 2 wooden arrows would be that game-breaking. I think they specifically didn't, so both players can't go brain empty and kill every enemy from a distance without ever restocking. I mean, that still wouldn't be an issue. With how insanely low the drop rate is for every single item, you're not going to have a constant renewable supply just from enemy drops. Because one, the arrows would presumably only drop from other enemies using bows. And it would probably be, like, at the absolute most, like, 5% chance for, like, 3 of them or something. I mean, unless they wanted to make the odds higher, because the standard arrows are, like, less valuable than the Dragon Slayer arrows. Also, you can't kill every enemy from a distance because of drop off anyway. If I go ahead and open up Dark Souls notes. Only drop from bow enemies might be enough of a nerf. Yeah. Yeah, personally, I think make it drop only from bow enemies. Make it maybe be wooden or standard arrows, depending on your progression in the game. And just make it be like, maybe it's like 25 to 75% for like 3, 2, or 1 arrows, or maybe even like 15, 10, and 5. Because if we look at the Silver Knight, for 1 Dragon Slayer arrow, that's a 7% drop, and for 3 Dragon Slayer arrows, that's a 3% drop. So I think having, like, a 25% chance for, like, 5 wooden arrows, like... Actually, honestly, given how few bow enemies there are, fuck, make it a 50% chance for, like, 20 or something. But, like, they only drop wooden or standard, so, like, if you want the fancy stuff, you're still gonna have to pay for it. All of them are in inconvenient locations far from a bonfire. There is some bonfire. The Sunlight Altar bonfire has 2 bowmen right in front of it, but yeah, off the top of my head, I think most of the time they are far away. The undead burg has a crossbow guy right out front. Which also should be dropping bolts. Like, in the same issue. Really? Aw. I think if I landed all 4 Great Chaos Fireballs, that alone might be enough to kill. But yeah, no, I see absolutely no reason why the bowmen and, like, the crossbow people shouldn't be dropping arrows. Like, there's already, like, counterplay built into the game to prevent people from just using bow cheese everywhere. And if you're that concerned, just make it so they only drop wooden arrows. It's not that big a deal. I always find it funny that when you die, Gwendolyn starts, quote-unquote, walking back to their spawn point. Just kind of bobbing up and down. And I think I would be much more willing to grind for standard arrows as opposed to Dragon Slayer arrows. Easier, more digestible version of the lore. You know, I wish there was any version of the lore, to be honest. Because, like, all we have is, like, item descriptions and stuff. And there's a lot of cool stuff that people keep talking about, but none of it exists because it's not in the game. None of it is real. Environmental storytelling. Environmental storytelling can only go so far. If the game doesn't actually explain what is happening, then it's all just assumptions and inferences. And you can't actually prove that's what's happening. Oh yeah, I need Ruby Ring for this to do significant... Well, I mean, I guess it's already doing significant damage. First environment strongly that comes to mind. The big stairs and doors scattered around. Do you have an example? Because I can't think of that off the top of my head. There is also the giant-ass coffins in the Tomb of Giants. There's also the giant-ass coffin that is the Tomb of Giants. And then the giant calcified corpse that's reaching up that never made it to the surface. The one giant staircase has both big stairs and player-sized stairs. The one that leads up to the main door. Really? That's not gonna cut your tail off? Wait, did I already cut a tail off? Maybe. Neat. The one with the big patrolling knights. Like this? Like these big stairs, and then human-sized stairs? I mean, I guess so. That would make for a weird aesthetic choice. Although, I mean, this doesn't... The middle stairs don't look too different from, like, some of the, like, big concrete stairs that you sometimes see outside of, like, school facilities. Where it's like you have to, like, actually reach up and then it becomes a contest to see who can climb them the fastest. They go up to your knees? If I can go up to my shins. But yeah, no, that's... I mean, that's definitely not a standard traditional stair size. But, I mean, I could definitely see that being a normal stair just with... just thematicness. Because it's like, oh, big and grandeur. Like... Normal stairs being next to them definitely gives some credence that these are special, but like I wouldn't bat an eye if I saw big stairs like this. I mean, it might be a little weird, but I mean it's fine. I mean, you can always just run up the slope. Inspired by an IRL thing in Japan where some temples have similar stairs, and the middle stairs are for the gods, and you're supposed to walk on the sides. That's neat. Back to the original point, like an actual book or novel for each Dark Souls game would be kind of nice. I would appreciate that, because like the story needs more words. Like it needs more actual explanations for shit. Because if you don't give an actual explanation, then all you get is infinite speculation, and speculation doesn't tell you the actual story. Also, this boss is fucking asinine. This is a stupid boss. Chug an Estus before running in? What's that gonna do? Half health? I'm cursed. My health is always at half health. No, being cursed not permanently, but it reduces your maximum health by half. It's not just you respawn at half health. That does not seem worth it. Well, I mean, most of these attacks are gonna kill me in one hit anyway. So, being cursed is more just for the funny haha. But being cursed also... I'm primarily cursed because you're not able to damage ghosts unless you are cursed, and the ghost drops my primary weapon of choice. So either I'm cursed and I can just fight the ghosts like normal, or I'm not cursed and I have to use the specific weapon they drop in order to kill them. So I'm constantly draining the durability of the dagger in order to get more daggers. And most of the late game bosses are going to kill you in one hit. I think that killed you in the most thing that you could totally tank without being cursed? No. Okay. When I survived, so like the low end of that damage range is like slightly less than half health. So if I'm lucky, I can survive 2 arrows. The magic, I can maybe survive 1, potentially. The big laser beam, that almost definitely just kills. Fuck. Man, timing it to get hit by the last arrow only is very difficult. And even sometimes if it rolls high on the damage, it'll just kill anyway. If you could parry magic. Yeah, I would love that. Like, I don't care if they, like, maybe they make it restricted to a specific shield type, but I would love to be able to parry, like, magic or even just projectiles in general. Honestly, that would make this fight, specifically, like, a lot more engaging. Also, interestingly, Gwendolyn is actually male. They were just raised as a daughter for lore reasons, I guess. How about you stop teleporting away and fight me like a man? Smack me with the giant bonk stick. The magical bonk stick. Okay, yeah. Full magic shield. The thing just kills. There's a lot of good bosses in this game. What are you talking about, Yami? Like, Sif is cool. Sif is cool. Ornstein and Smo is cool. They're just also bullshit. K-Log is pretty cool. I like the design of what this boss looks like. It's just, the fight itself is stupid. If I get the fireball in at a good part of their animation, they actually take the lava damage as well, which I would prefer them to do. Only Artorias and Sif have fond memories? Ah. Define fond. I guess. I mean, like. I think there's like a few good bosses. I can't remember them off the top of my head. Actually, I just realized Moonlight Butterfly is just a better version of this fight. Because like they're always in range, so you can at least try and get like some ranged attacks in, but then they occasionally come down for melee. So it's kind of like you're constantly running forward, quote unquote, but like the boss, it's like a timer rather than just running in a straight line. Sif and Artorias having good tells and less janky hitboxes. That's a good point. There are a lot of janky hitboxes in this game. I don't even know if there's anything else that I can do to make this fight easier. Because it's just fucking stupid. No. No! YouTube, what the fuck are you doing? No! No! Fuck! Internet. This is fucking bullshit. We were doing perfect. Absolute perfect for 2 days. 2 full 12-hour streams. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna fucking use this opportunity to fucking eat some breakfast or something. I'll be back in a little bit. Hopefully, internet fucking fixes itself. Okay. Okay, OBS, like, fully disconnected and reconnected automatically. YouTube looks like it might be good. Twitch looks like it might be good. Okay, like 2.5 seconds. Oh, actually, benefit of having a direct on-screen timer, I can actually just directly compare that to the timer on my monitor to see the latency uptime. It's like 3 seconds. Interesting. I threw the fireball and then the platform fell into position? And then the lava from the fireball went onto the new platform? Also, good to know that Great Chaos Fireball does indeed push you forward slightly. I think the stream might be stable for now. OBS did fully disconnect and then automatically reconnected. But hopefully it's good. It looks good. Wait. Might piss off with your damage. Oi! Give me the throwing knives, I can't use this sword. It has too high of a dexterity. Okay, one thing that I don't actually know about is Undo irregularities. Okay, no. It does not affect the curse. Alright, so curse is explicitly Purging Stone. Given how rare the Divine Blessings are, I was kinda hoping that they would affect curse. Because, like, Purging Stones in normal gameplay, you can just purchase an infinite number of them, I believe. Oh wait, I'm stupid. Or, well, not stupid, but I was moving too fast. What's a game you think is cool and you like as a concept, but just couldn't enjoy when playing? I don't know. I hadn't actually been playing a lot of games before I started. Like I used to play games pretty decently, but then I kind of like stopped for a little bit. But then I kind of restarted with streaming. I don't know. I guess like while I'm streaming specifically, if I'm doing stuff that's like a lot of just sit down and like brain think, like that's sometimes less enjoyable because like I'll get like if I'm trying to do stuff like a bunch of spatial awareness but I'm just blinking, my brain for whatever reason will just start making me really tired. Like Baba Is You, yeah, that's a good example. Like, I really enjoy Baba Is You when I'm, like, actually in the flow and I'm figuring stuff out. But if I'm just staring at something and I can't figure it out, I don't know what it is in my brain, like, if it's a defense mechanism or some shit. But, like, if I'm looking at something and I'm just having zero ideas and I don't have some other external stimulus, like chat to talk to, I will actually just start shutting down and getting super tired. And, like, I will just go to sleep. But, like, that's not really to say that I didn't enjoy it while playing. It's just more so that, like, I couldn't stay engaged. Like, maybe, like, Grime a little bit, but that could also just be because I was trying to use it as a surrogate for Dark Souls burnout. Good morning, whoa. You got here at a good time. The stream almost exploded. It was being very unstable for a bit. The last one was fully. We had 2 days. That was perfect. We had 2 perfect days in a row. It was beautiful. Oh, this is gonna be super fucking annoying. Because these guys are fast and quote-unquote weak, but weak is still strong in this game state. And not to mention that they can fucking hit 15 times in a row. Walk around plus backstab? Maybe. For me, personally, it's kind of the Souls games, especially later on. Level design and exploration are unfun. Managed to get through a lot of them because of the cool bosses. I'd rather watch someone play and know where they're going than figure out the map. I suppose that's fair. Yeah, I know it's part of the design and, like, what they're going for, but I feel that Dark Souls would be a lot more fun if they gave more information to the player. Like, if nothing else, just, like, information around, like, items and, like, boss interactions and stuff. Like, just making it easier to figure out how different things work together. And, like, the sin mechanic, 0% chance. 0% chance I ever figure out what that does unless somebody explains it to me. Like, there's some cool stuff that, like, you should have to just figure out. Like, the Koth Covenant, finding that. That's cool, because that's an actual secret. The fucking sin mechanic shouldn't be a secret. I can't like to have any voice interacting where the series goes. Well, I suppose that's fair. I mean, like, I don't necessarily think that I should have a say, because I'm not the one making it, so it's not my vision. I'm just, like, saying, like, whether or not something would be enjoyable for me personally. Or things that would be more enjoyable. Because who knows, maybe in 15 years, somebody is watching this VOD in the future, and they're like, oh, that's a good point. I'll take a note for my game design document. So making games, just not Souls games by name? Well, I mean, yeah, it's same genre, same gameplay loop, I imagine. Like, it doesn't have to explicitly It doesn't have to explicitly be in the Souls universe in order to have the same vibe. Yeah, thank you. Excuse me, did I just... I think that arrow just fully knocked my shield away. That's funny. Turns out most people are weak to having their spinal cord severed. Really? Interesting. Just like a quest book and a compass with a general direction would be enough to make navigating a lot easier. Yeah. I found the secret level. I found this secret lever and elevator that leads me forward. It turns into, I need to head in this direction, but there's a wall. There must be a secret. Yeah. Honestly, like, I think just a compendium would be enough for me. Just a little journal that just keeps track of everything that you've discovered so far. Just so that, like, even if you still have to find all the shit, it's going to be a lot less likely that you're going to forget it. So, like, just like a bestiary for the different enemies, like the shit that they drop, like all of the items that you found, like the different locations in the game, like where, like, doors are, and, like, where the bosses are. Like, a fucking mini-map would be amazing. Like, even if it was, like, just fill out as you go. Although this game is very 3D oriented, so I'm not sure how a mini-map would work. Bonus points if missable areas show up after clearing the area after. No. Well, I mean, I don't think there's anything that's missable in this game. I mean, other than, like, split path stuff. You get not. Oh, okay. When you said missable, I was assuming you meant lock yourself out. No, Painted World is like explicitly a big secret. I don't. Really? Okay. I don't think I would tell the player about Painted World. Like, maybe you could get to a certain point and then, like, you could fill out the book with, like question mark slot. So, like, you're looking at the page about all the locations, and it's like, oh, there's an entire area of the map I have not been to, but it doesn't necessarily tell you where it is. I think I actually typed this up once, like, I had an idea for how I would handle that. What haven't you had an idea for? Fair enough. Okay, wait. Okay, I think we already had a chat around this, but it's like... I think I would have, like, the telling you missed on an area, but where sounds... really frustrating. Really? Why would you search the entire game? In your hypothetical, you said it tells you where it is. So you would only have to search like one area. But yeah, I think a way I would do a hint system is like after you beat the area boss of an area, an NPC spawns somewhere in that area that you could purchase hints from. And like the hints would range from just a miscellaneous hint to like a random thing to just completely and fully unlocking a specific entry in the journal. So like if you don't want to bother finding all the bonus in order to still actually get quote unquote full completion, you can just buy out all the info. But like I have like fucking 7 different things, like hint for a random thing you don't have, hint for a specific category with a thing you don't have, hint for a specific entry you don't have, and then just fully purchase an item entry, fully purchase an enemy entry, and then fully purchase the template of the current area, which basically would make it so that everything you have not found in the current area is filled in as question marks. So you know how many things are left, but you don't know what they are, and you don't know where they are. And then, like, as an example for the hint for the hollow in this game, it's just like, open your eyes, lady, they're everywhere. But maybe there could be, like, some, like, if there's anything that's, like, meant to be, like, a super hint, like explicitly, like multi-layered hidden, maybe that NPC can't sell that information, because that's not, like, standard completion, that's, like, giga completion, although that's completely bastardizing what the word completion means. And then I imagine for areas that don't have an area boss, you could unlock their purchase things, maybe like after you beat the game, or maybe like after you've beaten every area boss. Although the final boss would probably be considered an area boss. Buy a specific amount of currency in hints, and they move to an area where you need to be to access it. Wait. Buy specific amount of a currency in hints from that NPC, and they move to the area where you need to be to access a new area, so you know where to what? I'm sorry, I'm not following. Talk about compendium is making me think of a game idea. Would be based around filling an empty compendium of the area around you, but the game doesn't tell you how to fill it, and you need to find secret triggers like taking a picture or finding an item. And then the game lets you customize your own entry. Huh? What's the point of a compendium if the player inputs all the data? Spend enough money, and then they move to where you need to be to access an area you missed? Oh, okay. So instead of giving you a text hint, the NPC just fucking vanishes, and then you have to stumble into them again. Or do you mean they actually guide you to, like, around the entrance? Like, the compendium already has predefined pages for certain entries, and once you've found them, you can input all the data from it. You got it. Oh. Oh, so it's like a data collection game. You have to figure out what the correct lore is and stuff. Kind of like Obra Dinn, similarly. Like the objective of the game is to find the correct information and then fill it into the journal. That could be cool. So it's like, to fill out like damage type resistances or stuff, you'd have to actually like fight the enemies. And then it's like, oh, using the fire sword deals more damage. They're weak to fire. More or less, they say they'll be moving shop. You find them again, they give you something of a hint. I'm not sure how I feel about that because, like, if you have to find them again, then that might be, like, similar to just having to find the entrance anyway. If you brute force update entries to get the correct text. Good luck brute forcing an arbitrary string field. You can only edit a page if you found the related object or item. Oh, okay, that's fair. I mean, that makes sense. Like, so it would be like, so would it be like everything in the game is already there, it's just every slot is fully empty? So from the start, you know how many things exist, you just don't know exactly what they are. Blank, and if you find relevant, you get the name at the top, and the rest of the page is for you to fill. Okay. Yo, that's actually really good. I like that. I like that a lot. You could also just have that be, like, tied in with just, like, a completely different genre. So, like, and to where, like, filling out the journal is effectively a mini-game. Although, if you tried to tie that to, like, an RPG or something, I could see some people getting, like, not liking that. Because it's like, why do I have to fill it out? Like, I'm fighting the enemies. It should just tell me the information so then I can fight them better. Damn, the fire actually has decent range. I think I'd pair it with adventure puzzle. I could see that. So like, something a little slower paced, and it's just like solving the things. Just a nature documentation game and you have free reign to explore. That sounds cool. Just going around taking... Oh, so like one of those fucking like jungle safari games, except it's like standard RPG enemies and stuff. I love it. Okay. I was curious if the fire has to be the last hit, or if it's just you have to burn them at all. Okay, let's see if I can get this front door open before I die. You're in an RPG, but instead of the main character, you're just that one researcher side NPC. I love it. Yo, you could also totally, like, have some things about, like time progressing. Like, as you're filling out your journal, the actual protagonist is, like, slowly making progress on the main quest. And so you can, like, see the world change around you. And maybe you could do something to where, like, the mini-bosses and bosses of the game, you have to actually somehow get to them before the protagonist, because after the protagonist kills them, they don't respawn. So you would have to document them before they're gone forever. Yep, okay, not surprised. Okay, I cannot fully remember where Fire Surge is. Okay, it's not over here. See an idea, you're limited to an area, but once you fill it in, the main character progresses the actual story with your new info. So you unlock new areas. Oh, that's cool. So kind of like, and like the main character could be like a reoccurring NPC because like you have a bunch of quests for them. So like maybe they bring you materials and then you provide them with information about certain things. Or maybe like they can bring you information about certain enemies that are just too dangerous for you to go to yourself. Or maybe like there's certain areas that you can't go to until the hero clears out the defenses. Or maybe you can go there if the player is skilled enough to like dodge the enemies. It's just not recommended. Okay, I really like this idea. I feel like this could be amazing. Oh, I just had a horrible thought. Bone-wheeled enemies in a tar pit. I'm imagining a freer spirit where you go around and can bump into the main character per chance. They would go, I'm stuck in this one dungeon. X enemy is resistant to my slashes and I don't know what to do. After you figure it out, you tell them try fire. And the next time you bump into them, they have a fire magician. Ooh, that's cool. Man, I love everything about this idea. Fuck, I have too many game ideas. I would love to add this onto the pile. I mean, I'm going to. I'm gonna take a note of it because I would love for this to exist. Okay, so I guess RPG Safari? You play as a researcher documenting the world, occasionally helping... Wait, you play as a quote-unquote side NPC researcher documenting the world, occasionally helping the protagonist by giving them information about certain enemies or locations. Something else that could potentially be cool, although it might be a bit too whiplash for some people, is maybe at some point the big bad figures out where all of the figures out where all the protagonists' information is coming from, so then they kidnap you, and then there's a segment of the game where you play as the protagonist trying to save the researcher. So then it like turns into like a proper like action RPG where you have your sword and magic and stuff, but like you're starting as a mid to end game character. So like you have a ton of shit in your inventory, you're super high level. Just wouldn't limit it to protagonists, other NPCs in general. Selling info to the guild or something. Ooh. Yes, hello. Can I please have a fund? I need a loan. Okay, so occasionally helping the protagonist or other NPCs / organizations by giving them information about certain enemies or locations. Potentially in exchange for funds or materials. And I would absolutely do the photo mode idea, because people go crazy for a photo mode in games. Like, I go crazy for it for different reasons, but like, just look at the Pokemon Snap community. People go crazy for including a photo mode, especially just like for social media purposes. Like, people like taking cool photos and showing it off. Free traveling explorer, right? So maybe you bump into a sick village kid, you realize some slime is poisoning the well. Venture you find on it, and you need to cross the border to another place. To pay for the ticket, you sell some of your info so that you can pass. Ooh. Where the fuck is this fire surge? I think it's like inside one of these buildings, like the rats, and then you have to come up. It's like around here, I think. Like, it's not that chest. Yeah, that definitely would fit for like a puzzle adventure game. Because like if the idea is you physically are not like a fighter, so like you can't engage in combat, so the idea is to figure out how to solve the ailments by like getting other people who are capable to do things for you. Make it so you can include your own photos and you can type the text in yourself. It would be like, use these keywords and you can type out the flavor text yourself. Being able to customize the weakness charts around yourself too. Ooh. Oh, so like, filling in the proper correct data would just be like a small drop-down menu, but then there's just an arbitrary text field so you can put whatever you want. I can vibe with that. Or do you mean it would be an arbitrary text field that is the correct answer, it just looks for certain keywords? You can't engage in combat tower defense games where you're making the archaeological sites of an Indiana Jones movie. Is that like a reference to something? I don't know if that's like supposed to be something. Hey, why the fuck is an egg vermifew in here? Huh? Oh, nice snipe. You need to find the proper data first, and the book is like, you can add new info, and then you can freely... Oh, okay. So the correct info is just treated as a key item. But then you put in whatever flavor you want. Indiana Jones films have these archaeological sites that are just full of traps. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, so tower defense game, except fucking Indiana Jones is walking through and you're trying to turn him into a pincushion. Makes sense. I get ya. That would also be interesting. Oh, I'm dead. Where the fuck is this fire surge? One singular energy that adapts to your tactics. Yes. The ultimate application for artificial intelligence. Enter the well, take a few lefts, and then exit through. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that... I completely forgot that the well had another exit. Like, I thought there was only the two. Because I think the two pyromancies and Priscilla are the only things I care about here. Like, maybe the Ring of Sacrifice? Okay, that guy's gonna be annoying. Fuck. Okay, so run through, save reload so that the guy in the back doesn't follow me. You can watch a fire imp and slime fight in the wild. The imp slashes, it resists. The slime attacks and the imp is staggered. There's a fireball and then it dies. You get new info on the page of the slime. You need to pick a combo of these words. That makes sense. Oh, okay. So like observing things unlocks new terms, and then you have to apply those terms. Okay, okay, I vibe with it, I like it. And then maybe like there could be like slime variants. So like, maybe like a lava slime could be resistant to fire. Fuck. Okay. Fireball way too slow. Tell other NPCs about it, or ask them to get materials for you. I wonder, what would the materials be for? Because, like, you're not exactly fighting the things yourselves. Selling them, using them for other NPCs, or having essential. Oh, okay. So like a trade system. I don't know, you can take fire and a hide to the blacksmith and then make you a fire-resistant hood so you can explore. Oh! Oh, that's really clever. I wasn't really considering armor beyond combat. That's super clever. And then maybe you could have like an artificer make you like a ring of water breathing in a similar vein. So you can like observe some like under the sea ruins. Okay, do we care about Priscilla's dagger? Because I have an unlimited supply of 300 bleed that I can actually use for damage. Priscilla's dagger will eventually break and also just has 2 high dexterity. So the only utility it would have would be 500 bleed. Like maybe you find a spider with rainbow silk, so you want to see if you can make it into cloth, or wolf with a hard fang, turn it into new tools for a farmer. Glass golem can be turned into a telescope. And then you find the adventurer and you're like, murder these things so that I can engage in capitalism. No, we don't care at all about the dagger. Not in the slightest? Okay. Works for me. You know, it would be interesting if it was possible to sneak past this guy. Where a researcher and their operandus by could be trying to improve quality of life after the protagonist defeats the big evil demon. I can see that. Natural to the dev and natural to the player canon will be very different things, depending on how you go about making the game. True. Ooh. Haha. Fuck. Stand beside his attack. Beside his head and attack while he spews. Walk away. Walk in. Oh, interesting. Ah, cease. Maybe pairing each book entry with an insight page where the game tells you something from this monster. You can find a bunch. Fuck. Trying to find the safe spot. You hit the trigger to document something, be it monster or event, and then each page has a corresponding do something with this info. Okay, one moment. Okay. I thought the idea would be like you encounter something and that just discovers new terms. And then by observing what the enemies are actually doing, you learn which terms go with what. Okay, is this safe? Maybe? Okay, here's an idea. Swap to the longbow. Okay, here we go. No, this isn't gonna take very long. And I discovered new cheese. I just need better timing. Yeah, as long as you get a good cycle each time, this might be faster than using a bow. I mean, assuming you're using wooden arrows. Depends on your dex. Ooh, that's fair. There might also just be a better spot that you can stand to where you can just constantly spew on cooldown. But interestingly, that is also, that cheese is compatible with no stamina. And I was really hoping to find a use case for going into first person with the bow. You know what other cheese is compatible with no stamina? Not playing the game. Just using magic as intended. Yes. that's technically correct, but that's not as cool. If you had Dark Beat and 25 intelligence, that guy died in 2 casts. That's wild. Okay, book has a hidden predetermined page amount and what each page contains on a player. Makes sense. If you first run into something like discovering a new enemy or an event, it gets added as a new page with the title up top. Continue observing to fill in the info. You might have additional pages. So after you figure out the slime drops something useful, a page gets added. Slime uses. In the case of an event, you might react to the action and add alarm guards and document how the guards respond. Oh, if I don't shoot him, he just doesn't follow me down. Interesting.
I expected as much from thee. Why dost thee hurry toward thine
Why?
death?
Oh, that's bullshit.
Why could thou
Why
not
is she
let us
invincible
be?
after the first
Didst
tick
thou
of
not
damage?
see why Ariamis created this?
Ariam, shut the fuck up. Nope, 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 nope. You do not get to speak. I mean no disrespect towards the voice actor, but that particular cadence... It's like fucking nails on the inside of my skull. Trauma or a specific brand of neurodivergence or both? It's definitely the neurodivergence. Or if it's trauma that I do not remember. Because I don't... I've had a relatively decent life. Like, if I do have any trauma, it's all subconscious from things that, like, I just was actually incapable of internalizing due to having an underdeveloped child brain. But I genuinely have had a really good life. Like, very, very, very little to complain about. Okay, this might be difficult. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm not even allowed to go and get more shit because she's angry now. Hurting the relatability score for the Dark Souls community audience. You're supposed to be traumatized and play these games for the pain. I'm chill. I can count on one hand the number of emotions that I have. How are those backups? I'm only using backups in the event that my, like, save file gets corrupted, or I invalidate the run and, like, have to go back to before I broke the rules. This right here, fucking skill issue. Get good, scrub. Chaos Storm and Red Tears. Good luck getting a Chaos Storm off before she kills you. Huh. That's a thing. I mean, I can also just do that with my face. Although, not for as long. What does it look damage-wise? Nope, wrong button. Lets you move for the whole duration? Fair. It also doesn't use stamina. Stamina. Snatima. Oh, it doesn't stagger. Okay, so Dragon Breath I think it has further range. It staggers. I think it does more damage, but it's limited by your stamina. Your masanata. Your masinta. More damage at base pyromancy. Yeah. Does the dragon head scale with any statistic, or is it just is what it is? Okay. It just is pretty good. Gets stronger with the Covenant rank? Now that is interesting. Because I don't currently have a designated Covenant. Like, after I get the Lord Vessel, I want rank 2 to get Izalith Door. Rank 2 Chaos Covenant, rather. But if the rank of the Dragon Covenant increases damage of the Dragon Headstone, it might be worth it to mess with that. Although I would have to farm fucking like 19 scales off of Drakes. Although, getting the Dragonstone torso would also be an additional bonus. Do you on your main file to test before committing? Possibly. I mean, I don't think I would. I'm going to end up needing increased damage from the Dragon Headstone. It's just something that would be nice and is like something to consider. You know, I should be doing that jump attack with my fist. Okay, so yeah, not shooting them is much better because their drop down trigger is somewhere back there. I'm saying I'm not certain you should. Wait. I'm not saying I'm not certain you should be before spending 12 hours. Should be what? Oh, I'm not certain. So I should be certain. Okay. It's like in English. Oh, get fucked. Oh, why are you so weak to bleed? Lady. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was concerned for nothing. Oh yeah, why the fuck does Priscilla and also Gaping Dragon, why do they drop twin humanities? Is that like a lore thing? Kalog dropping twin humanities makes sense. The Gargoyles and Ornstein and Smo dropping twin makes sense. Probably the complete lack of armor. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. Okay, in theory, if I just let them kill me, they should send me not back into the painting. Lore stuff, I expect. That would make sense. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? No! Piss off! No! Welcome to Twilight and Orlando. It's the worst of both worlds. Yeah, because that... Like, at least at nighttime, she's over on the bridge, so I can access the bonfire. This... I can't even access the bonfire, so it's as if she's dead already. Go good of you. Will that teleport her to the bridge? Hey, here's a question. What if you go fuck yourself? Is Twilight and Orlando just like a fan term? Because this looks like day to me. You know, it would have been really, really funny if, due to an oversight, she was placed close enough to just spawn camp you. Something that would be nice is if... Huh? You dumb fuck! What the fuck is wrong with you? Someone clip that, please, because I was looking away. I just heard the death sound. Okay, fuck. If she did that and killed you, that would have been the best clip ever. Okay, did somebody else clip it sooner? Because my clip wasn't fast enough. I guess I have YouTube. Aw, she lands just before the camera pans over. How in the fuck? I thought I was outside of their aggro rate. Well, how are they that stupid? Yeah, no, if she, like, did a plunging attack, that absolutely would have killed me. Wow. 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 No, I don't have Lord Vessel because I haven't fucking... I haven't gotten into the building. For fuck's sake. Why did it set that as my bonfire? My last bonfire is down there. I think that's just a perk of leaving, or a tweak of leaving the painting. Like, I think the painting always sets your bonfire up there. Like, the game doesn't bother to remember what your actual last bonfire was. Firekeeper gets back at him in a way he couldn't anticipate. Oh, I love that clip name. I think it specifically sets your bonfire as your last actual one. I hope not, though, because that means that... Oh, Astron back is going to be crazy. Not necessarily... I mean, it would be very annoying. Yeah, because see, like, in the clip, she's just actively backing back towards her home. And then... Misdirection is what we call that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ah, yes, they'll never see it coming. They never anticipate the old suicide strat. It's a classic. Did I seriously just get Achilles? Wow. Oh, fuck off! I'm actually kind of surprised that that she was allowed to enter the elevator, like, area. Like, I figured that would have been, like, outside of their designated range. Helio? Was Helios the person who killed Achilles? I actually don't know that much about his story, other than that it is a thing that happened. Or, well, it is a story that happened. I don't know if it was actually a thing that happened. Bigga 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 boo. Oh my goodness. And then they're too stupid to figure out how to walk back through. Tellings of who of the gods guided the archer's bow hand varies, but Helios is the one I stick with. Okay. Here's an idea for the Firekeeper soul trade with the bird idea. Maybe it gives you, like, a ring that, while you're wearing the ring, you are treated as a Firekeeper, so you're able to access the burned out bonfires. But if you ever, like, if you put on the ring, you can kindle them, you can light and kindle them yourself, but if you ever take off the ring, they fully go out again. So then you have to spend more humanity to rekindle them. No. Although I suppose it's supposed to be a significant punishment, so maybe having a way around it would kind of like step on the toes of the purpose. Although, don't know why I'm getting punished for their idiocy. Okay, here's an idea. Just run past everything. No, I pressed the jump. Okay, I lived. Okay, I pressed the jump button, but fortunately I just lived. Oh, you know what would have been evil? Like, truly unadulterated evil? Is if the Darkmoon Tomb bonfire was, like, pre-lit, similar to the one in front of the Stone Dragon. So you just get down there, you kindle it up, you don't think anything of it. But it's actually connected to the Firekeeper. So if the Firekeeper dies, not only does that bonfire go out, this bonfire also goes out. So I guess for... Actually, I don't know if that would affect anything. Because you can always still just warp to an unlit bonfire. I guess it would matter for Twilight. Potentially. Okay. Please. Please, I'm begging. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, that's very unfortunate that that bonfire is gone. But it could have been a lot worse. You know, they could have totally made one of these be a pressure plate. Like, just fucking stand on it for however long, and then it goes down. Or you have to fucking have significant enough equip load for it to register. That would be cool. Actually, yo, that would be super cool if the pressure plates in Sen's Fortress did not trigger if you had a low enough equip load. Okay. I mean, I guess I can try fucking stabbing this lady again. This boyo. Hey, your blade up top, they decided to jump off a cliff. I am in the position to replace them, and I am currently looking for work. So, if you're interested in a new Firekeeper, or perhaps a new Guardian Blade, just hit me up, call my people, and we can work something out. I think the Dragon Headstone is going to be significantly more damage than the dagger. Oh, that's perfect. No, I should equip fucking Chaos Fireball. Really? Okay. Music is screaming. And brain is losing things to talk about. What? Oh, I'm not wearing armor. That's why I'm dead. Okay, well, I'm not using this. So that brings me down to 11.0. 12.4. All physical damage would be thrust. So thrust is actually what I'm looking for because the arrows are thrust. The magic damage just both kills me in one hit. Oh, wait, no, that was... Oh, okay, that was the issue. I didn't want to... I was trying to avoid wearing non-renewable stuff. That's why I had a bunch of fancy stuff in my inventory that hadn't been equipped ever. Interesting. Oh, fuck off. How did this get past, QA? How is this considered an acceptable boss fight? Fuck off! But then again, I suppose this is also the same QA team that vetted Bed of Chaos. Damn, fuck. At this point, I'm legitimately considering Dragon Slayer strats. How much health does Gwendolyn have? Because I think I can potentially get 3,000 worth of damage if I just get a max stack of Dragon Slayer arrows. Although that would take way too fucking long. Using Ruby Ring, I could deal a little bit more damage, so it'd be like 5,000. One thing that would be cool, because like Guinevere gives you the Lord Vessel, but Guinevere is Gwendolyn. It would be interesting if killing Gwendolyn early, like before even entering the building, gave you the Lord Vessel. That would also, like, speed up all bosses stuff. Oh, actually, no, I guess it wouldn't, because you would still have to go inside to beat Ornstein and Smo. But you wouldn't have to talk to the lady, so it would speed it up a little bit. No, but then you would have to go out of your way for the... Okay, it would just be a convenience thing, I guess. It wouldn't necessarily be faster. Okay, time for bullshit. Oh, this is gonna be such fucking bullshit, painful nonsense. I'm gonna fucking fall asleep. Runbacks are a crime against humanity. Just be quiet. You're running out of things to say, so just be quiet. Okay, I know what I need to do to deal with the imps, but I don't want to. I need to just drag them back and have them fall off the ledge, but that's super slow and annoying. But it's gonna be far more consistent, so I'm gonna have to do it anyway. And then once I get to the two in the middle, or the two at the end, once I get to the two at the end, aggro them like normal, one of them jumps off, I use the fire breath on the other, and then the archers, I don't know. I like the idea of the bonfires costing humanity to know that ring, but I think it makes killing the firekeepers too convenient. Removes the majority of the downside if it's just constantly lit until you take the ring off. Maybe it's a key item and makes it cost like 3 humanity to rekindle for 1 rest. That could possibly work. Or maybe it could be like a key item that makes it to where, like, they keep their kindling status Estus-wise, just 3 humanity to let you rest there once. Maybe it could be something to where... like, you're able to claim it as your own bonfire, but at, like, a super significant cost. Because, like, humanity isn't all that valuable once you realize that you're able to just farm rats. Once you realize you can farm rats, humanity becomes almost worthless. Only be able to warp from bonfires you've claimed. Honestly, I feel like once a bonfire goes, like, just base game, like, I feel like if a Firekeeper's bonfire goes out, you should not be able to warp there anymore. Because, like, the flame has gone out. It should no longer be connected to the system. Maybe it could be... maybe it would have to be like a entirely different system, but maybe it could be to where if a bonfire dies, you get the Firekeeper's soul, and you could use that Firekeeper's soul to turn the bonfire into a normal bonfire that just is lit, but with the caveat that each individual Firekeeper can only upgrade your Estus like 2 or 3 times, and if that Firekeeper dies, those Estus upgrades are removed. So, like, say the Anor Londo Firekeeper, you upgrade your Estus 3 times there, and then kill them to make the bonfire into a normal bonfire, you lose those +3 Estus. Or you kill them just to get the Firekeeper soul to use the humanity. Like, you lose all the Estus upgrades from that specific Firekeeper. So if you want the Firekeeper souls, that's at the cost of, like, 3 Estus upgrades or whatever. So maybe, like, they could make it... so, like, Estus caps at 7. So maybe it's, like, 3 upgrades from, like, Anor Londo, 3 from Chaos, or maybe 2 from Chaos Covenant, and then 3 from Fire Link Shrine. Because Chaos is going to be less... it's going to be harder to find. So maybe that has less upgrades tied to it. But also, but then that would implicitly mean after Cheeseboy kills the Firekeeper, you would lose those upgrades. So then you would be down 3... you would effectively be down 3 upgrades until you got to Anor Londo, if you don't find the Covenant. And so on your first playthrough, most people are going to just lose all of their upgrades as soon as the Firekeeper dies. So, like, there's definitely ideas there. It'd be nice if they had quests, and if you complete them, they pledge some form of allegiance, giving you an Estus upgrade without... giving you an Estus upgrade with losing the bonfire. Oh wait, giving you an Estus upgrade without... Wait, giving you an Estus upgrade without losing... Oh, so you don't have to kill them to get their Firekeeper soul. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I don't know how that would work, because the Firekeeper soul, at least in lore-wise, from what I understand, the Firekeeper soul is consumed to upgrade the Estus. Correct, but I could see a lore change during development that could have allowed it. Ah, that's fair. I guess it could be argued that, like, the reason the Firekeeper soul is required is because of the, like, nigh infinite humanity supply inside of it. So maybe it could just be, like, exchange, like, you become on favorable terms with them, and then you could, like, exchange 50 humanity for 1 upgrade. Or maybe not 50, because that's, like, half of an entire Covenant quest line. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it a little bit early. I'm getting kind of brain fried. And there's no shot there's very, very low likelihood I'll get past the archers with what little time we have left. Especially with, like, the fucking minute-long run back. Okay. Hope everybody had a good day, and I hope it keeps happening. Okay. Bye-bye.